How does infrequent of the teenager work in the Twilight novels? This is coming from Sarah Austin's book Monstrous Youth, and let me just read you a little portion of it so you can understand a little bit more. I demonstrate not only how popular culture is employed by adults to educate or control young people's perceptions and behavior, but also how young people can exert some level of agency over their own portrayals, as well as influence over the direction of popular culture as a whole by embracing and identifying with the bodies and behavior that culture identifies as monstrous. So there's twofold to this where I'm like, well, Twilight doesn't do that. Twilight doesn't infreak the teen, infreakment meaning to separate the viewer from what's being viewed so they don't want to be that, so they feel like the normal ones. Twilight, Stephenie Meyer made her vampires so normal and so perfect that people, teenage girls specifically, were begging to be vampires, begging to be part of that world. Bella herself is begging to be part of that world, and there's more to it than just that. I had a comment tell me one time that Twilight felt to them what it felt like to leave the Mormon church. And I think Meyer is Mormon or was Mormon. I don't know the specifics on that. But that makes sense to me because Bella feels so out of place, so kind of lost and alone in Forks, Washington, even though she's making some friends at school. That, to have that idea of safety and structure through being a vampire with the Cullen family makes sense on how she's positioned that. And the teenager is now infreaked to want to identify instead of being separated from the monster, and that's what she did. But it's because these monsters, these vampires, as I said, aren't very monstrous. This is just in Twilight that I'm talking about. I don't want to talk about anything that's revealed in the later series. This is just about Twilight. The Cullen family is not monstrous, so it's kind of like playing with those ideas and how, because they want to be so connected to the vampire, that they are now the monstrous for wanting that, and adults are like, interesting.